And I'm going out on a couple little treks here. Right now I'm exploring a potential new area. So we'll see if anything comes of it. Definitely off the trail, you could say. Lots of rock piles around, but it's all like construction related. Concrete, like river gravel, and I don't know what all these structures are. Kind of like all like little fine gravel or sand, real small pea gravel. That looks like sand over there. I'm gonna get out of here because I don't really feel like I'm supposed to be here anyways. So we'll go on somewhere else. I'm a little more sure about. So I'll try to find somewhere a little more interesting. They're really, other than kind of abandoned structures, I don't know too much about that little area, so I didn't want to be there too long. So we'll see if I find somewhere else cool. Okay, so I'm going to try to get down to that kind of the shoreline of that little lake or pond or whatever. Kind of neat little rock coloration here. Kind of green. Trying to get down that gravel line. It's a lot steeper than it looks. Just kind of plowing through the honeysuckle. Okay. Don't know where I'm at here. Much about this area, the rock around here, but some kind of mineral, crystal, something. I'm gonna poke around here, and if I find anything cool, oh hey, right here's some kind of coral. We'll look around and see if I can find anything. Okay. I gotta get out of here. I got some kind of thorny plant of death over there. These things over here, water over that way. I guess if I could get over there, I'd walk up and see what's in those rock piles in the distance. But you know, I almost feel like it's the same stuff, so maybe I'll just hightail it out of here. I was almost to the car and I got back off the trail because I thought this might lead somewhere cool. I guess it is cool in its own right, but I gotta go. I gotta get somewhere else. I think I went through all of this. Yeah, I found one little piece of coral, something. I'm not sure, again, where. That smells terrible. Okay, I think I came down here. Let me look on the shoreline for a sec. like straight up. Pretty cool. Little trails cutting through here where animals have been running forever. I need to find one of those trails. And there's all kinds of little neat rocks and moss and little trees growing. All this moss on the side's really cool. Oh, here we go. Got a broken spot in the fence. Okay, I'm gonna go under it. Okay, we made it. Okay. I don't think you'd get through there too long in the summer with it growed up. Okay, we'll see. Okay, we're someplace new. Over there was an old gravel pit or a quarry of some kind. Now it's a big, I guess, man-made lake or pond or whatever. There's a cornfield over here I've looked in before and found coral heads and some other fossils as well as Indian artifacts. I probably won't stay over on this side very long, but across the street over that way is the river, so I want to check that out for a hot minute. Probably gonna look in the cornfield first, and you know, there's old corn in it. I don't think they even till it really. It's probably a no-till. But I found some interesting things before, and I don't think we can even hardly see the dirt. But it's worth looking. Like right here's a piece of like chert, like flint material. Just look around and see if anything pops out. So I've been finding a few things interesting. We've got some wind. I don't know if my sound is good. Some kind of coral piece. Okay, so last time I was here, this was all dry and lots of rock and everything exposed. There's the other main part of the river way back there going, and this is like a tributary into it. But we've had lots of rain lately and snow melt, so we're not gonna find anything in there. So I've got probably one or two more places I'm gonna stop at. I am freezing. All right, this is one steep hill I've got to get down. Seems to be some kind of trail over here where I'm seeing, or where I'm wanting to go. I don't know how accessible it's going to be, and it might be kind of dangerous, but I can see some rock layers that look interesting that they've cut into when they were putting in the spillway, but they're kind of a cliff or a drop off into the river, but there looked to be a small section, so we will see. I'm going to not really risk it too much because I don't want to drown or anything like that. So okay, yes. Okay, this is a good sign. This is what I'm wanting to see. So these layers here do have fossils in them. This is cut way down on the other side, but it kind of, again, drops off. So I don't know much about this place. I've never been here before. On the other side, like I said, being inaccessible. If you can get there, but not a lot of other people would go there, you can find some neat stuff. Up on real steep hillsides or different places where, you know, there's fossils. Well, if it's a total pain to get there, you know, you have a chance of finding some things that other people wouldn't take the risk to find. So I'll get back on here if I find anything cool. Okay, so I'm here, just kind of more of a close-up of what's going on. Got some little bryozoan fragments. Here's it's like a brachial valve of some kind of brachiopod. Dropped it. Okay, so I'm getting really excited because I've never been here before. I didn't know. I've been kind of looking at this area for a long time. Every time I've driven over this dam, I could see this kind of layer of rock, but I've never explored it. So let's see what we find. This is definitely a good sign because this is the right kind of rock and the right kind of fossils are showing up. Okay, so in this hill, there seems to be some of this same rock. So it's possible that under closer inspection of rock through here, you could find something cool. I mean, here's bryozoan and different things. So, God, it's cold. I should have thrown on another hoodie. Not dressed appropriately for the weather I'm in right now. All right, I guess I need to just start moving around a little faster to warm up. Ooh, okay. There's a Hebratella brachiopod right there, I believe. It's kind of cool. So, so far I'm excited, some potential. Ooh, here's some old bottles. They're probably not that old. These look kind of cool. Never know, there might be a dump on the side of one of these hills. You know, I'm gonna go look up here a sec before I go down. Obviously, I'm not going to you know, go away into somewhere I'm gonna get in, you know, in trouble with, you know, falling in and that kind of stuff. Okay, so I don't know. Will I look around here a little bit and see what we can find? Looks like some cool brachiopods and stuff. I'll get my phone out so I can get a little more zoomed in or detailed video. We're not gonna mess with that. But on this wall, lots of interesting things here. Let's go down on the ground a bit. Where are they? Here's a big, some kind of big piece of bryozoan. Here's a plate with a big horn coral in it. I don't know what my camera's doing. It's like kind of... There's a horn coral loose. Pretty worn. So this rock is pretty neat. Lots of layers. Be careful nothing comes crashing down. So lots of little slab hash plates with stuff in them. Okay, we're gonna look around. Alright, that looks to be like loose. Yeah, it's like a piece of cephalopod chunk. So it's hard to say if that, you know, goes way back or what, you know, I don't really want to be chipping on this wall too much. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. This is like a brachiopod with a bryozoan colony growing on it. So it would have been like a seashell, and a encrusting bryozoan colony started growing on it and has completely covered it. Pretty neat. There's all kinds of little fragments of stuff. Alright, I've kind of stumbled into a weird area again. Came up over that hill. Must be wet in there, lots of cattails. Big boulder over there. I want to go that way. Still some good fossil area I haven't looked at over there, but taking a little side mission. I found quite a few brachiopods and horn coral and whatnot. Now this rock, this kind of plates, these are a fossil rock. These are native, I guess you could say. That's where I want to go, down there. So the right side of that spillway is kind of where I came down. There was a fenced-in area, but then it quit. Okay, what I love about coming to new areas is you find things you don't normally find. So this is a brachiopod, but I don't normally find these with the real wide wings on them. Where'd the other one go? I had some other. Come on. Not cooperating. There's the back. And these got a lot of matrix on them, but hey, if you find them in the matrix this way, see how, I think these are some kind of Platystrophia. But other places I look, I don't find them with the real wide kind of wings on them. So I'll find a better example here probably. Maybe not, but there's a lot of hill up here to look. It's like all up here, over there some. The part over the water, and I gotta be careful way up there, because falling out over that water, I have no idea if that's deep right there, and it's not really worth risking on a, you know, less than 30-degree day. Also, I just saw this a second ago, this big old beautiful horn coral. I've said it before, but I just never get tired of picking these up. So this seems to be common around here. I'd like to find a whole one, nice and weathered out. So we'll see. Is this the whole one I've been searching for? Oh, nope. Still very cool. I like these guys. This is neat. So I'd like to get down into there, but right over there's a kind of a drop off, and I don't know what's going on with that water. So I imagine if the water was down a lot, you know, maybe I could see the ground, or maybe it's not that deep, but when it's this cold, I gotta be careful. But this is it. I mean, you can just find little places like this anywhere you're located, where they've cut into hillsides, or this is probably just a natural, I don't know. I don't know if this is like natural erosion into this rock, or if they cut into this forever ago. I don't know. Just looking around. there are these thorns everywhere and they keep grabbing onto me. There's some kind of door been busted into. Thorns. Got a door up there. Someone tried to bust into it. I don't know when these stairs or whatever were collapsed, or I don't know. Well, it's been cool exploring around. I think I'm kind of about done. I'm cold, my time's up. Found a new spot. It's got plenty of potential. Hoping to go down there, up on this hill a little bit. Maybe I can find something up there. Okay, I'm super excited about this. This is a giant horn coral. Look at that. That thing is huge. Don't usually find them this big. This might actually be one of the biggest ones I've ever found. So, huge. That is exciting. So yeah, there's some cool stuff here. Lots of stuff weathering out. Super cool. That's made it worth coming out here. I'm bleeding on my legs from these thorns. I'm freezing. I've slid down this hill a few times. Not very far, just a little. But this horn coral is massive, and look how clean it is. That made my trip. I'm super excited. Now I can go. I've been kind of walking around trying to find something. So giant horn coral. That'll fit the bill. Now I can go home. Super excited though. This place is pretty neat. A lot of area to look in. Alright, we'll put together a little wrap-up video and we'll see you cats later. What's up everyone? Just gonna wrap this up real quick. I know this video is a little long, but it was quite the adventure. So this is about 10 days later. I try to wrap them up a little quicker than this, but you know, been running around like crazy. At the first location, kind of by that pond, I found this. Let me zoom in. This rock, and you can see kind of these columns in there. Those are, this would have been like a colony of coral. And this is a broken off piece and then tumbled. So it's just kind of a poor example to kind of, you know, if you don't know what it is, to get an idea of what it looks like. It might be difficult. I believe this might also be some kind of piece of coral. I don't know. I don't really see any divisions like going on the vertical lines up. A lot of times on pieces of coral there will be division lines, like I'll show you. Okay, so you can see these columns going up vertically, and then horizontally there are these divisions, and that as it gets on the top, there would have been the creature that comes out of those holes. Some kind of polyp with fingers or some way, and it captures food, and that they're tiny. And this would have been like a coral head on top. And these chambers, as it grows, it kind of, you know, divides off. So the animal lives kind of in the top, and there's nothing else in the bottom of here. At least that's my understanding. I don't know. I'm not an expert by any means. Here's another. These two right here were in the first location. The second location was the cornfield, and I've been there many times. This is old chert I found. Chert's a mineral that forms in these like nodules in like sedimentary rock. Here's a piece of rock with 2 chert nodules. Now these are pretty small. But you know, these nodules weather out and tumble around. Here's a big nodule, and inside is chert, but it's pretty, you know, you'd have to crack it open. So here's kind of the outer side, and then, you know, these are all kind of busted open nodules. So there's like the outer part of the nodule, and then inside is the mineral. And Native Americans would make arrowheads out of them. So, you know, you do find, like, this would have been like some kind of scraper tool maybe. You can see this edge right here has been worked. That's man-made chipping there. Like, see, this edge is broken, but it's not been worked. But if you look, see this edge, you can see the working on that edge right there. And there was another little flake that looked like it might have had some working on the edge. I'm not an expert in Indian artifacts or anything, but this is what I found in that cornfield. And I have found things before. This was in that same cornfield, and this has had some definite work done on it. I don't know exactly what this would have been. It's broken. Pretty color though. Okay, anyways, we will move on. So this was the cornfield. I always find a lot of chert in there, little chert nodules, pieces. I also find these pieces of coral. And they got like a lot of like crystallization going on. So this is just a piece that would have been the center of the coral there. There's like a colony coral or a colonial coral, and it's, you know, they're kind of rough, but you can see the columns going up. A little piece, some kind of coral. And this just had some sea hash, kind of little bits of coral or shell material. Nothing spectacular there, but I do like these kind of pieces that are kind of the glittery crystal coral heads. Those are cool. And this was found at that same location. It's like a big coral piece. If you look, it's got the crystals. And there's the crystals again, so that little area's got this kind of coral head thing going on. So that's the cornfield, and then the third location, the spillway cut through there. A lot of neat brachiopods. I'm not used to finding these real wide guys right here, so these are pretty cool. There was some nautiloid cephalopod pieces. Here's a piece of bryozoan. Fragment, a gastropod or snail shell. There's a little bit of chert again. And this huge horn coral. So this is pretty big for what we usually find. So this is kind of exciting. There's another spot I've found a couple that are maybe close to this, but this is huge compared to what we're normally finding. So see, this is just huge compared to even like that one right there, which is kind of big compared to the other ones. This is just huge compared to it. So this one right here that broke, that maybe would have been in the range. But you see, this is just, there's some decent ones up there. This is just big, so it's kind of cool. So it's a new place I can go look around at every now and again. It'd be nice to find some of these brachiopods weathered out a little better. So there was some nice horn coral, a bunch of chert, some little coral pieces. Not a bad little trip. It was a fun little adventure. These thorns are just brutal. Got a real sharp hook shaped thorn, and they're just been all over my legs. So we'll see if I come out of here bloody or not.